Christopher Nkunku is set to return after a lengthy injury to his knee, which should be a massive uplift for Chelsea fans. So the big question is, who will he replace in the starting 11? Well, it may seem like a simple question, but truly more difficult than you might realize when you peel back the layers of the players and how well this team has been performing this season. As you know, Nkunku has been one of the best goal scorers last year in the Bundesliga, so it should be obvious that he takes the role of an attacking player. But that involves Sterling, Jackson, Cole Palmer. While each of their weaknesses, they are players that are really difficult to drop right now with their current form. Sterling recently showing off his skill sets against Manchester City shows his capacity and his abilities as a player that could work well with Nkunku on the pitch. At City, Sterling was able to be one of the lethal players when he had a creative player around him, which Nkunku definitely is. So, Cole Palmer. I don't believe I have to go into much detail talking about how extraordinary this player has been since arriving at Chelsea. His great performances have even caught the eye of Gareth Southgate and has seen him get a call for the England national team. He's been arguably one of the best signings this year. So what about Jackson? Jackson has been improving game after game, coming off a hat-trick against Tottenham and a big goal against Manchester City. On top of that, Nkunku really isn't fully suited to play as the striker or the lone number 9. He's talked about this before where he likes to play with a number 9, and therefore, again, this may not be the possibility for Pochettino to utilize him as a lone striker. We saw this with Kai Havertz last season when he was the player that we relied on being the striker, and it really did not work out, and Chelsea struggled scoring goals. The same thing could happen with Nkunku. So those 3 players are off the list for now. So that leaves the midfield of Enzo, Gallagher, and Caicedo. Well, we all know Caicedo is more of a CDM, so that leaves him out. So Enzo and Gallagher seems to be the 2 options. Now, before you get too upset and click off this video, let me explain why these 2 and Nkunku will split time. We all know that Chelsea have been struggling with breaking down a low block, and Nkunku can be the missing piece to help Chelsea do just that. This is where Gallagher may be on the bench. While high intensity is one of a kind, in matches like Chelsea versus typically a low block, the ball needs to move quickly and to break down these lines. This is not an asset that Gallagher really brings to the team. While Nkunku and Palmer and Sterling on the pitch, it gives Chelsea 3 different players to penetrate the low block and find Jackson in the box. Now, on the flip side, matches that are end-to-end, Gallagher is a must due to his high pressure, his high intensity, and ball-winning skills. Chelsea would be more reluctant to have Enzo on the bench or Nkunku, depending on the team that we're playing. But that is not an easy decision and one that Pochettino will have to decide himself. Though for the time being, it is highly unlikely that Nkunku starts any matches in the meantime and will more likely than not be slowly implemented into each and every match until he's match fit. But once he is fit, Chelsea will have a good problem on their hands. Mauricio Pochettino will have to weigh all the options and assess all his players to understand what his best starting 11 will be, and if that includes Nkunku as well. If you enjoyed this content, please give this a like, subscribe if you have not. If you want to see more content like that, please share this and subscribe.